My application ID is 290667. And as per the site introduction from the team and the previous presentation, we are very much aware about the site now. It is a culmination of the Chodappa Road and the entry of the Padarayanapura neighborhood, which is commonly referred as a Padarayanapura circle right now. So the unique trapezoidal part of this
If you are presenting, it's not showing actually. It's not moving. Your slides are not moving. Your slides are not moving.
Okay.
So
now
it's just on a static screen.
Also, it's not full screen. If you're thinking it's
yeah.
I am having a full screen here. Can I share it again?
Yes, please do. It's not showing.
Okay. Is it moving now?
Yeah, we're on the second slide now.
Yes, we are on the second slide. So the unique formation of the trapezoidal shape of this land divides the continuous traffic, which is on these heavy traffic movement road, from the internal neighborhood traffic, and allow the pedestrian oriented activities to thrive inside the area. So which allows the space to function like an exclusive neighborhood which is inside. So as clearly visible in the drawing, due to the overlapping of the different mode of transportation, lot of conflict area is happening in certain areas like which are shown in red marks. And if we map the pedestrian movement of a different user group who are available in the neighborhood, they are majorly on the edges, but the edges are encroached by the different on-street activities like vending, parking, garbage dumping, and unauthorized auto stands, etc. So if you see the sections majorly, these red portions are almost like garbage
the sections
dumping.
are still not seen.
The slide is not changing.
Yeah, I think we are again stuck to the primary screen. We are not seeing your shared screen. We are seeing your presentation, which is not in full screen.
It is a full screen actually on my laptop.
Maybe you can run
I think remove the full screen and just walk us through your presentation as is. Maybe that will help.
But that is some animation happen. Animation is there in the PPT, so maybe this won't help. Is this moving now?
We can't see your full screen.
Would you like us to present?
Yes, if you can.
Okay, Nidhi, could you open up their presentation, please?
Yeah, I have it. I'm just going to present. Cue me on when you want me to move the slides.
Okay, sure. We can directly jump.
Is this visible? Too. Yeah. Is this visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Again, it's not full screen. No? Now it's full screen, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is what I was talking about, the overlapping of the mode of transportation movement. So they are actually inviting certain conflict areas which are already red, marked in red. Next. Next.
Yeah, just give me a minute.
And certain user movement, if we talk about the user movement in the area, they are on the edges, but they are encroached by the different on-site activities, what we have already shown, we are already seeing in this photograph. Next. Next.
Yeah, sorry, it's taking a while.
Okay. So the edges are encroached by the different on-street activities like vending, parking, garbage dump, and the unauthorized auto stands, etc. Next. Which can be clearly seen in this section slide, where if it is a major roads or internal area, where the unauthorized parking are happening actually in the middle of the road, and in the small street also there are vendor encroachment and parking, which leads to unorganized pedestrian movement. Next. So the edges are very active and having conflict with a lot of activities together, but there are certain underutilized open space which are there in the area and which is existing on site, and some of them are actually unapproachable. Next. So after the physical analysis of this site, the focus of the analysis was also on the issue raised by the stakeholders, and based on the stakeholder interviews and findings from the on-site workshop what we have attended, we found there are 4 major points or aspects to be considered. So there, what they have already asked for these list of the things what they want in the stakeholder workshop. From this, what we have considered, there are 4 points we have considered. One is enhancing the value of open space, inclusive street design with dedicated pedestrian movement, dedicated space for existing activities like vending, parking, bus stand, location, etc., and carving out the new opportunity. Next. So the carving out the new opportunity, which is a recreational area for all age group. Next. If we see the existing circulation pattern, the neighborhood is not connecting the main Hushali road directly. It is connected with very small narrow lane, which is again have so many yellow dots. A lot of open space is underutilized. Next. The triangular activity land island is dividing the space into 2. Next. Next. So one large chunk of open space can be carved out from these kind of neighborhood. Next. So what we have considered is we have considered the 9-meter neighborhood road to be connected with the 15-meter of primary road, which is Hoshali road, to be connected. And this primary road can be designed with evenly road section of a 15-meter where you have pathways at both the sides. And there is a huge proposed urban plaza can be carved out from this underutilized open spaces. Next. So this plaza or this activity can be divided by proposing the level difference in the plaza, where the existing activities like pathway, bus stand, canteen, dairy, public toilet, auto stands, vendor zone can be utilized on the periphery, and the plaza where we have to provide a new kind of activity or recreational activity can be planned with certain kind of level difference in a sunken plaza. Next. So this is what the overall scheme or master plan is. So vision of the design is active precinct with placekeeping to establish street and open space as one experiential public realm, which offers citizens to use all mode of public transport, including walking with safe and dependable community experience, which create an image of a place by next. By restructuring the street network. Next. Rearranging the existing activity on the edge. And third, next. Creating the or introducing the recreational plaza, which is a sunken plaza. Next slide. So the restructured program includes existing activities and proposed recreational activity, which can be smartly segregated by the segregated by placing them in a different level. So if you see the major road, then a bus stand, then some sunken plaza for playing and recreational activity for users, because there are a lot of school and college going children and neighborhood children can play here safely due to this level difference. So give visual connectivity and reduce the pressure of encroachment. Next. So the plaza design includes universal accessibility, as we have also have the ramp and the stairs. So it's a universal accessibility and barrier-free design of a sunken plaza, which more than 30% of the surface of the sunken plaza can be a softscape for rainwater penetration into the land. And the steps around the plaza segregate the activity as well as become the seating space for the stakeholders, because in the interview, a lot of stakeholders wanted the senior citizen and they wanted certain space where they can have a kind of cultural hub. So the overall activities are divided as per this intensity of activity. For example, the bus station or bus stand and auto stand are placed at the main road for accessibility. Next, play area at the sunken level, sunken plaza can be accessed from all the continuous pedestrian pathway. Next, seating area along the compound wall of the college and the school, police station compound wall. And last, the vending zone at the edge of the neighborhood, where it can be accessible from the neighborhood thoroughly. So this slide shows how the unused space or underutilized space can be utilized by a design intervention like this. Next. So by providing a positive, well-defined and unique public space will create a positive and associational feeling to its citizen, which make them wants to stay in the neighborhood. And the plaza design reflects the character and culture of the precinct around, because in certain stakeholder interview, they were actually talking about historic time where they had lot of play area and playgrounds in the area which are not there right now. So this can be reflects the character and culture of the precinct, and they can be so that's why this this area can be named, or this proposal can be named as a Janasthala, which is space for a public. Next. Yes, this is it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Chetan, maybe we can begin with your questions and comments.
Yes, sure. So one of the things I would like to say is it is also similar to the previous project, an ambitious project by itself. Like it's a lot of intervention, mainly change in the precinct as we're expecting. I had two big concerns. One concern because you're talking about the vehicular management that you talked about, you should have looked at a little larger level network than focusing just in the area, which would have maybe improved your overall understanding of the movements, because currently the bus movement, taking a U-turn and managing to be at the bus stop, as you're mentioning, could be a concern overall with the vehicular movement that you're talking. And that would add to the risk of pedestrian crossing, as Satyaprakash sir mentioned about the earlier project, because yours is the same space that you're taking and the bus is taking U-turn through that entire route where the pedestrians are about to cross, would be one of the biggest conflict. The second concern is about the sunken plaza itself. When you talk about sunken plaza, already Bangalore has a in a way problem of recently larger problem of water getting accumulated, and you're adding to it by creating this kind of sunken plaza. There is existing site level undulations, but this is adding more to it. And within that plaza, adding a basketball court is a huge limitation, because if you're talking about a lot of community engagement, maybe one sport, maybe mandating one particular sport for that area to be used for that sport. Maybe it could have come from the surveys that it's not just one sport, right? People were talking about more activities. You yourself mentioned about that, a lot of recreational area. So it's a concern. But apart from that, a good attempt to do something and good representation as well. Good effort onto that.
Thank you. Can I? Yes, there is. I feel there is a limitation on the bus circulation. What we feel, so that I accept that there is a limitation of having only one bus stand only at one side, or shelter only at one side, and your bus has to take a U-turn for the same. So that can be taken care if in the further process. This for the sports or recreational activity, what I feel is this can be just a kind of exhibit of what Sunken Plaza can have. It can have other activities too, maybe. So this is a kind of ideal situation where you can have this much larger scale of sports. You can accommodate in that. So that is only a depiction and not the proposal that only this sports only can be accommodated in that. So this is just to give a scale of that plaza. And about the waterlogging situation, we might take this surface or soft surface as a not a water retention but can be water penetration system of the overall plaza, because there is a plaza which is having a hardscape. So in that case, it also have to drain the water into to certain extent to somewhere. So maybe some system below the softscape can be installed for the
So
water.
maybe you could have thought
penetration.
of groundwater recharge or whatever.
Yes.
That
Yes.
part is remaining in the proposal.
Yes, it is remaining. Yes.
Yeah.
Agree.
Thanks. Hema, we can take your questions and comments next.
One thing hello.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
The plan, what actually you have done is that you have removed the Indra canteen from the present and you have shifted, right?
Yes, it is on the same edge, but it is shifted. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that is one of the biggest challenge for the implementation and all. That is one. And secondly, the vendor accommodation is also not found. Like for the plaza thing, what you are given, because there are a lot of vendors activity that is there.
Ma'am, it is already there on the extreme north side where it is near to the neighborhood area. But maybe the scale of that given area can be, yes, relooked.
And the access for the police station. I couldn't see that access also. There's a pathway, what actually it is there. And
yes, it is a pathway.
how actually the vehicle go there? That is also I couldn't see. Those two observations what we saw when you are presenting.
Just a second, ma'am.
You can just share the screen.
Yes, yes, ma'am. So if you see my cursor, this is an entry for the college and this is an entry for the police station.
Your shared screen shows only not the full screen part.
No, it's
Again,
not.
the same problem. Yeah.
Would you like me to share again? If you could just point
It's not.
to
It's not.
It is slide 9.
So that's fine. It's on slide 9.
Okay.
You can go ahead to explain. It was on slide 9.
Ma'am, it is only a pedestrian access to the college and the police station area.
Can we move on then? I think Hema, that's what is.
Sure. Naveen, you could maybe ask your questions or comments.
Yeah, my main thing is the whole design problem revolves around how does the bus turn around and yet have a safe space. I don't think that's addressed at all, and I think that was one of the main issues of the site. Otherwise, everything else is secondary for me. Once the problem solving is done is when we can discuss value addition. But yeah, that's the main thing. Where does it turn around?
Actually, yes, there is a flaw that the bus has to take a U-turn for the visit of the opposite side. So yes, we can work around that. You may have a bus stand on both the side, maybe.
Yeah, that had to be addressed.
Yes.
We have time for one last question. Satya, would you like to come in?
Yeah. Again, not a question, but some quick observations around. All these people have said what I wanted to say, ambitious, etc. But as an approach, it does not look like an urban intervention. It looks like a new design altogether to me. If there were to be a new neighborhood, this could be implemented. And one of the problem in this is also what Patrick Geddes faced back in 1930s also when he proposed what was then called as conservative surgery. He would look at a certain urban area and he would suggest a certain area where there are problems, blight, etc. to be completely erased, to completely removed, and he would give a new proposal. Of course, he was invited by the Maharajas and we thought it could be implemented. But today, already Hemalata have commented, it's very difficult to do that, completely knocking off everything. So that is another practical issues which are in this area. Bus movement, of course, already a big challenge. And also the overall costing, the practicality, and how well, when I really, really appreciate the fact that the big wish list of stakeholders meeting, problem identification sheets were shown as part of presentation, but does not really necessarily answer that. It simply says they will no more exist by bringing in this new design. So there is a kind of a wish list approach in this happening around, but there are some good ideas which possibly can be picked from this as well. Yeah, that's it.